Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new vlog. Vlogmas in January. Thanks for tuning in. Vlog number 4. And today I wanted to talk about the Simpedemic we're going through. Recently, I've been wondering if the flame of Lady Liberty has disbalanced the scales of Lady Justice. Now, what I usually see around me, West Europe, right? I see a lot of young men who don't usually have the courage to step on to a girl. There's some sort of like intertwining network online of people complaining about quote-unquote modern woman. And now I totally get why how social media nowadays can reconstruct individuals their mental network, because there's like lots of young men who will take their quote-unquote flirting to the internet and they'd be like, wow, she's beautiful, and it's just some random girl, nothing really that special. I don't just think this is toxic results for the girl and the guy. The guy will make the girl seem like she's far above him, while a partnership is just that, right? You all bring something different to the table. I forgot to mention this before, but I still find it of utmost importance to mention, and that's not just dudes will go around and say complimentary simperies in girls they like approve of, but sometimes when a girl doesn't fit the quote-unquote standards to be in their particular interest, they'll still go and be hostile without like even listening to her words. It just proves that like some dudes are just a little bit too sexist to actually listen to what a woman has to say. But then again, systematically, we have all been exposed to quite enough like female teachers. So maybe it's also part of a systematic failure, part of something bigger. We all be speaking English on the internet too in Europe. Well, our culture is a little bit different than the American one. So it's really difficult to put the blame somewhere, and you can't just go around and like blaming everyone, right? Then you're just part of the issue. But calling it out, that's okay. Sometimes you can be the wrong person to teach people the right lesson, but I'm still trying to be the right person. Besides that, it's not always your job to beat someone up for doing something wrong. No, life will beat people up. Then again, not everyone without a conscience can sense the repercussions you could give someone who has a conscience. Not everyone is open for like change or learn to respect other people. So yeah, I just had to quickly add that. It's already getting dark. Cute, right? Oh, isn't that adorable? Isn't that cute? And I do very much understand that it's the natural role of the dude to pursue, and that with internet and dating apps and stuff, the selection has become so much bigger, which sometimes makes the woman believe in the existence of a false reality where everything is perfect, because nothing is ever perfect. Every relationship comes with challenges, but if we forget the pursuit and we want to jump into a complete life just like that, what is life worth? Sure, I've heard hundreds of stories of chicks having hundreds of dudes in their Instagram feed. Some people would argue that Instagram isn't used for explicit purposes, but I'm confident that it's very much mostly used for this. It's even on a global scale. And in modern society, you don't need to like be a career man. Y'all can be just like, y'all can both build a pension. In the past, women also worked, but then they only had the choice of being, for example, a prostitute. But that was never the point. The point was that sometimes I see inflated egos because of men. Usually I read this like a book, right? For example, people with gender confusion, they usually had a really, especially the dudes, they don't have siblings, they had a weak role model as a man, as a father figure. Like maybe me a little bit as well, but hey, I found my own role models like Superman, for example, and like Mr. Rogers. I really like that guy. He was a real legend. But there's many dudes in the world that just don't have those role models and can't really look up to their father either. So usually there's a pattern involved, and there's nothing wrong with pattern recognition. So ever since I transitioned, let me talk about that as well, because hey, I think it has something to do with this whole matter, right? And why sometimes women become a little bit more bitter than they should be. There's a lot of like import Westerners. When you laugh at them, like smile at them, that's already enough for them to be like, alright, this chick is flirting with me. And especially in certain other cultures, they see what's going on the internet, you know, the corn industry, and they have this stigmatized stereotype in their head, like, oh, all white women are ... right? I've heard this argument as well, that like, how unfair is a society when a girl selling feet pics earns more than the man who breaks his knees to like create the world that's like inhabited by everyone. Someone's calling me. It's my homie Vincent. So this is my homie Vincent. And dating market crisis. What do you think about that?
Nee, ik wil niet in de video. Ik neem dit eruit. Ik zie je niet uit.
That's so shallow, bro. That's so shallow. People don't judge you for your physical appearance always. I mean, it's part of it. But, I mean, I would also say that, like, your character, it really matters. It truly matters. Anyhow, since I am a transsexual, most of the time, the dudes who sexually, like, don't treat me too well are usually old boomers. I've been sexually assaulted multiple times by them. You know, random kiss on the cheek and like, oh, I'm gonna take you home into my apartment. And then I just have way too much compassion, because what I actually should do is give them a falcon punch so I can like release them from this miserable existence. Oh yes, and the other party is like foreigners, obviously. You know, the ones who don't share our culture or values. Maybe even the ones that worship serial killers and rapists who have sex slaves and marry 9-year-olds. They might have been brainwashed by status quo, or like by the rules of their parents. And yeah, that's something I managed to escape. But then again, when I was younger, like in elementary school, high school, I usually got most chicks. Like, I didn't really get them because I didn't feel justified in like pursuing anything with them, because I knew back then already that I was trans, you know, since I was 7 or so. So yeah, that's I'm pretty sure the society punishes the pure-hearted individuals. But yeah, there's actually quite a lot of girls who are like Harley Quinn when you're like the Joker. So that's not even surprising to me, with the life path I walked. But I do remember some of them being very vengeful after they like got rejected. Which by the way also was like because of my insecurities. And my insecurities about my father. Like, it's really unfortunate, but when I was moving out of that institution, that group home I talked about in the God Wants You to See This video. Yeah, he was seeing that staff member, girl a few years older than me, always a bitch face, doing it for the money, not really involving themselves with the lives of many of their quote-unquote clients. But yeah, my dad really reacted like honga bonga. Never seen him like that, and that's also why I would never introduce my girlfriend to him, like in general, you know, because I don't want that humiliation Because, like, I do see that many boomers, they just stopped growing. They haven't evolved to the world of nowadays. And yeah, they're just woven from a different generation, a different time, and they refuse to like see anything different from when it was when they grew up. Which might actually be the problem with nowadays generation. For there's much more going on online, and like some elements of our character will never develop correctly because it's just like sometimes died out, or you have to put in effort and people are too lazy to do that. But yeah, I would say stop putting girls on pedestals, guys. Stop simping, stop inflating people's ego, stop devaluing yourself. You know, with the justice system of nowadays, I understand that one false accusation can land you in more than just trouble. It can ruin and destroy your life. And I understand that there's a lot of fear coming from that aspect, right? But if you don't try, you won't ever experience, right? You don't try, you don't experience. That's how it goes. And trust me, sometimes you need to like overcome that societal gaslighting of not being able to trust your guts. Sometimes you'll find yourself in a situation where you'll have to override your personal instincts for others, like peacekeeping motives. Even though you know that someone is hiding something dirty, may it be literal, figurative, or character-wise. I suppose that was the rant for today. Thank you, guys. I might be a transsexual, but I know I'm still a hottie.